have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
Nothing went right today, kids.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's not even right either. Fuck. Damn. What was I trying to find? That's this one.
Yeah,
That's all right. This ain't live, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bob. Did you say something while I was
Yeah,
doing something?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's all right.
I say, let's don't worry about it. This
Where are we
ain't live.
broadcasting from?
The simple idea to switch it up a little bit fucked
Just-
me up all across the
Yeah.
board.
Destroyed.
This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. Yeah, I tried to do it. We tried to do a thing,
Yeah,
just a
we
little
tried-
different.
Yeah, we had a little time to kill, so we figured we'd segue it a little differently.
Yeah. Are we even on the air? Is anybody alive? Is anybody?
Yes, we are.
I think everybody left after that.
Yeah. So I tried to. I figured because it was like, hey, we'll noodle
Right,
because I
yeah.
wanted to turn the mics on early and then just go right into the music. I kind of
Yeah, we were all getting a little anxious. We figured, it was a good way to kind of work our way into the show.
right.
So.
Sure. So I was gonna play this one.
We're very happy to
Right.
have you.
I was gonna play
Y'all
this one.
listening?
Right. And I was gonna do the intro, the open line,
Right.
and then just end up with Grant.
Yeah, that's not weird.
Because that's my new bit. That's the new sound clip we got from I went through some files and I found that. So
Oh, okay.
This is the uncomfortable clip.
Yeah, that's not weird.
So whenever somebody says something that's just like
There's
would
an
normally
awkward moment.
get some crickets or something like that, we could just play that one. There you
Yeah, that's not weird.
go. I figure we'll have a lot of fun with that down the
Yeah.
line.
Well, that's very suitable for right now, at this moment.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. You know what I mean? I figured what a great day to bring that out of the
Yeah.
out of the
Wasn't there like
treasure
a
chest.
golden moon today? It's full and it's like golden, so it's
know
like
if
extra crazy.
I don't know.
Or was that a couple of days ago?
I don't know if it's true. I don't know if you're right, but I'll go with it because I feel
I heard something
feel
about it. I don't know if it's true either.
Yeah, I don't know
But
what's
it
going
would
on.
help explain things, I think.
I don't know. I really don't know if it would. I don't know if it would help at all. This is episode 81 of the Wicked Theory Podcast. I'm your host. Let's start the show now. All right. My name is Bill Sweeney. Every week we get together and we hang out and we talk some nerdy stuff. And usually I bring my buddy Ed.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. And then I bring my brother Bob.
Hello?
And he's live noodling on the guitar for your pleasure.
Yeah.
Live noodles, folks. Live noodles. Not the ramen type.
Well, maybe
they
no
are
more
fresh.
after this. After this failed.
Yeah, we might just have to go back to doing what we know, sticking to the plan. How you doing, Ed?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Not really, but okay.
Okay,
He's
good.
feeling better personally after we screwed up that intro.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even, no, we don't need to bore anyone with that.
No.
No.
There's 5 minutes down the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
got towed. Thought it was fixed. Got towed again.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the
Yeah.
follow up on the Legend of
That's
Ed. Got more towage.
Yes.
How many times total did you get towed?
Twice in 3 days.
Twice in 3 days. That's not that bad.
Really? You don't think it's that bad?
3 times in 3 days would be bad, I would think. Once a day, like a meal, like a regular thing. That's not good. No, but twice in 2 days, that sucks ass. But was that second tow covered by AAA also? Or no?
Yes.
Okay, so your towage was covered. It's just the mechanic labor and parts and all that good stuff. That fun bag of
yeah.
of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And then them saying it was fixed.
Oh yeah,
And then
it not really
and
being
then
fixed
asking for more money to fix it
again.
after I had to get towed. About 20 minutes after picking it up.
Wow. Are you shopping for a
Like
new car yet?
this place closes at 8 p.m.
Right.
and like the stuff went down at 7:55, and I
Okay.
just call in to let them know it's coming back, and I'm waiting on hold for someone to pick up the phone for 5 minutes, and I hear someone pick it up and hang it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
of
nice.
course.
Oh, that was
That's
Now, we don't want to
nice.
mention names, but it is a national chain kind of place, right?
yes, because it's one of the few places that are open on weekends, which was the reason I initially went there.
Right.
Sometimes you get what you pay for.
Yeah. So, speaking of getting what you're paying for, so now are you looking for a new car or what's the deal?
Oh no!
You're happy with
no,
what
no!
you got.
Actually, right now it looks like they actually figured out what it was, and it's running for now.
It's the car.
Yeah,
it's somewhere between the front wheels, back wheels. It's the car.
yeah, of course, I would like a new car, but there's the issue of money involved, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but enough with my sadness. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something happy.
Let's talk about something happy. Do we have anything like that lined up? Let's see. Well, we can tell people that tonight, this episode, we got some new stuff. We got a couple of new bits. Well, I don't know about bits, but definitely a couple of new things. One thing we're going to line up for next week, but we set it up this week. Another thing we're going to do later. But also, too, I don't know if he's in the chat room. I don't see him, but he should get here soon because this is kind of his fault. By popular demand of one person, Thomas K had led me down a path of saying, let's do, and plus Ed was kind of thinking about this too in his own way, a DC TV report. Let's make it a freaking segment.
Welcome to the DC TV report.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Did you see it anywhere in the doc yet?
Well, it is mentioned in the intro.
It's mentioned in the intro to mention
the official.
Yes, but that's
Okay. All right.
Okay. First day. It's everybody's first day.
Look
today.
at it this way: you have time to work on your radio voice.
Oh,
that's true.
The radio newscaster voice.
Give me your best in a world.
In a world.
That's good enough. Okay. So in a world people send emails, they can send them to us too. We're going to get to those. Podcast at wickedtheory.com. We make it easy. It's a podcast. And you can find it at wickedtheory.com. So send the emails there. Don't send us manuscripts. Okay, you can hear us live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's about the time right now for us. I don't know about for you, where you are. You might be listening to it recorded on the old podcast feed. But you can check us out live every Saturday. And then we split the show down the middle, man. We do 3 hours of content. We split it down the middle. There's a regular show, then there's the after show. The regular show is the one that goes out into the stream, out into the podcast world for all your devices and stuff like that. And the after show is live, and if you catch it or you don't kind of thing.
Right.
But if you miss it and you're a Patreon subscriber, a supporter, if you help us out over there for a mere $1 a month.
It's a paywall, but it's a very very thin wall.
I mean, could you really?
Right.
I mean, in this day and age,
It's as potentially thin as you want it to be.
Yeah. Is $1 even paying? I mean, $1 is...
That's not even a cup of coffee anymore.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know about where you live.
But a bagel is $2.
You know, and that's not even getting, like, good stuff. That's the basics. You know what I mean? So for a buck, you're going to get an hour and a half a week, roughly. Sometimes more. Last week's after show was longer than a regular episode.
There we
It went longer than...
Somehow.
We were live because the live feed cut us off at 3 hours.
Bastards.
And we went like another 20 or so. Minimum. So yeah, there's
and don't forget, for the price of a cup of coffee and an egg and cheese, you can get stickers.
Yeah, you can get stickers. You can get access for $3. You can get just the after show and the monthly regular special episodes. At $6, you get stickers too. You know what I mean? There's a plan there, folks. And speaking of stickers, I got the new stickers in, so I'll be sending stickers out. Anybody who's been patiently waiting and not mentioning it to me, I know who you are, and they'll be going out soon. I was waiting for this last batch to come in. And I think that kind of rounds up that stuff, because I mentioned the Patreon. People can help us out there. But one last thing real quick. Podtoberfest. You remember that thing we were doing?
Oh, yeah.
I went out all the way out to Michigan. Ed was helping out with the writing and actually called in during the hour that was dedicated to Wicked Theory.
Yes.
I was there for the whole shebang, but Ed was part of it.
There was a shebang.
It was just a little bit. It was 24 hours of shebanging.
Whoa.
Close to sheboying.
And it ended up with Canadians in misery, which is always fun.
Was Ricky, what's his name of there? You know, she bangs.
Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin? Yeah.
Ricky Martin.
I'm sorry, I just thinking of William Hug. Don't know why.
Wow. That's quite
that's quite the connection there.
No, but just the whole path. Just the whole path in general from where I went, Bob, Ed. Thank God there's no fourth person here.
She bagged. Do you remember that rumor? Like
she moved.
Remember that rumor like 10 years ago that they found him, dead in a hotel room?
That was just a rumor?
Overdose?
I didn't even need to know what the rest of the rumor was. As soon as you said the rumor of, and I'm like,
I think that was a hoax. I think
he's
so.
Dead. He died from AIDS. He was a man.
Too bad.
He was a man, male prostitute or something. All right, because that's what the internet likes to do: build us up and tear you down. So our Podtoberfest episode, because they're being released as part of 7 Days of Geeks. Podcast feed as a thing they do over there called 30 Days of Podcasting. They release an hour a day of podcasting, and the bulk of it is the 24 hours that we did previously, an hour a day. the Wicked Theory Hour finally went live. If people want to check that out, if you missed it, hey, check out all of it or any of it.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff. It's
Yeah.
all we busted our chops trying to entertain for 24 hours.
You got to meet Bill's Uncle Vito.
And our Uncle Vito, well,
Yeah.
I won't lump you in if you don't want to be, Bob. He can be
No,
just
all
my
right.
uncle.
That's all right.
I mean, that's
he's-
fair. That's a fair
he's-
point.
He's my uncle too. You know.
All right, Bob will take a little bit. He'll take a little bit.
You can choose your friends, not your family.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. But yeah, he popped up. He tried to help out, and it went. In his words, I say, men's amends.
Amends.
Men's amends.
Just a little bit not so good.
Yeah, just a little bit not so good.
Just a little bit not so good.
Really, all you got to do is call him up and say salud. That's
Salute. That's what it's. It just clears the slate. Let me tell you. It's all good. All right. That's in jokes, folks. So go check that out because we had a lot of fun doing that, and it's up now. You can go check it out.
Cool.
So at this point, looking through this document, I think at this point we kind of give a shout out to whoever's in the chat.
we got.
I see you in there, Ed.
Yeah, we got
A shout out to you, Ed, for being in there. That's nice of you.
Thank you. We got Agent Palmer.
That's right.
We got a new blood, Wesley Ryan Gaskins, who is the first person not at this table to be in the room.
That's right.
I think that's worth
We
noting.
should give him a bell. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
And thanks for signing up, Wesley.
yeah,
Wesley, if put something in the chat. If give us a brief thing on how you found us, how you know us, or whatever's going on there. Give us a little backstory, origin type thing for you, real quick. But moving on, I see Meow God.
Yep.
I wonder, like you know, it's a very strange name. I like it though, Meow God. I just picture like just some giant fucking kind of Norse. Not Norse, but ancient mythical kind of lion beast god thing.
I just picture somebody dressed as Meowth from the Pokemon cartoon.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's it then.
Doesn't he live in Thailand?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those.
There you go.
What does that even mean? Is that how?
No. It's just,
Jesus.
no, isn't that my shtick? I'm dismissive of everybody.
Yes. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I
Well,
forgot.
he's an international traveler.
He is.
Yes.
He is. He gets around.
He does.
He gets around. And
So you better be careful what you say about him, because he can show up at your door one day.
he's a culinary connoisseur too. Eats very experimental food. Likes to sample. From what I
Oh, like
gather
what's
from
his name?
feed.
David Zimmerman on the TV show.
Yes. Well, I don't know if he goes that crazy with the traveling,
Okay.
but I don't know if he's eating gooey ducks and stuff like that.
Oh, he's in Malaysia. I'm sorry.
Oh, Malaysia. Fair enough.
I
I
misspoke.
apologize. We
I
apologize.
misspoke.
We'll take it back. We we just want to be sensitive.
In
to everybody.
Spanish, that translates
oh.
to bad Asia. No,
We have
sorry.
some backstory for Wesley.
Wesley's backstory.
So yeah, he heard us on Podtoberfest,
Get
and,
out of
and he
town.
started listening to the backlog. He's
Oh,
been
my God, Wesley, I'm
he's
so
been
sorry. I'm
He's
so
been
sorry.
a 7-dag listener for
Yeah.
a few years.
Please don't listen to the first 10.
Yeah, but don't go too deep.
Yeah.
Don't go too deep.
Yeah, the first 10 are a little rough.
You can jump in about where Sacco Jones
20,
jumps in.
yeah, 20
Like-
or 25.
Like my first episode.
No, skip that. Skip that. Wherever that is, skip over it. No. But thanks for coming, trying out the show here,
Absolutely.
Wesley, and joining this madness. Also,
Check us out on
Sean,
Patreon.
Sean Ray, who was in here last week, I think.
Okay.
Fellow podcaster, I think. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
I feel bad for not being able to piece this together right now, Sean. I might just be all mental cased. And Bryzo. You know who Bryzo is?
No.
Well, Bryzo, well, you should.
Okay.
You should. So if Bryzo feels like explaining who he is and where he's from, he can. All right? But by now, because Ed's been around a little while, he probably should have pieced that together.
Okay.
I'll leave that alone.
And there's an elsewhere.
And there's an elsewhere. That might be me. I don't know, because I think I'm logged in, but
Evidently,
I don't
Sean
sure.
Ray is Cosmic Potato. Does that mean
Get
anything?
out of here. Oh, okay. All right, Sean. So sorry, Sean. So sorry. So Sean's got
Yeah.
Cosmic Potato Podcast.
And Wesley's already listened to the first 28 episodes of our show.
Wesley, why? Why?
We're sorry.
So sorry. This is the sorry song right now.
I remember when I was that committed.
Well, you know what? There is such a thing as being pot committed, right? I mean, after a certain point, it's like, well, screw it. I might as well just keep going. But yeah, I guess if you're into checking out show growth,
Yeah.
that's the thing you're really kind of
Yeah,
taking.
I
in.
think the time of suffrage is over for him, though. The period of suffrage.
Yeah. You could.
Yeah. So I think he's gotten to Sacco at that point.
Yeah, I think he's in much safer territory.
Yeah, I think
So-
Sacco was like number 26.
yeah, so I think that's going to round us out. And then that's right. It's time for Meanwhiles. Ed, I put stuff in for you in the document.
Oh yeah.
Which is the King Kong trailer.
Oh, Skull Island.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get my shit straight.
Which really it's an okay trailer, but
Yeah.
John C. Reilly's incredible.
John C. Reilly eats it the fuck up. Oh, he has a kooky bastard.
But he's like Dennis Hopper in Apocalypse Now, except he's not high.
That says a lot right there.
and
That's
just
very
a touch,
descriptive.
and with a touch more silliness. There's a layer.
Oh, but there's the last. I'll spoil it. Screw it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
spoil
just spoil a trailer.
a joke.
Spoiler alert,
The
spoiler alert.
last moment of that trailer, it's him. Like he's this guy who's been on this island for years,
Too long.
too long, and he's kind of like given these.
He's turned into
These military explorers the lowdown, and
Yeah.
there's all these guys with guns and camo and everything.
Yeah.
And he just goes up, you're a great group of guys. It's gonna be so much fun dying with you all. No, seriously, you shouldn't have come.
his delivery on that last part. No, seriously.
We're all gonna die
We're
together.
all gonna die. Oh man, it was really good though, and like you said, the rest of the trailer was kind of like, what you expect these days from that stuff.
Good effects.
Good, serviceable, totally good. Can't wait to see more.
Yeah.
At this stage, still very much a thing. It's out there. You can't really feel which way crazy the other. But look at that in the chat room. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Dom Torrey in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
Say what's up to Dom Torrey. Hey Dom, thanks for coming in. He must.
Sorry,
he must have a moment.
Just had to mention that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. If you hadn't pointed out, I don't know if I would have noticed.
There was another trailer that dropped.
Yeah, Jackie.
Actually, there's two more than we were going to talk about.
Okay, I jumped ahead. Sorry.
Jackie's intense.
Yeah,
Jackie's
Jackie
intense.
with Winona Ryder.
No.
No, the other one, the other short brown-haired girl,
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman, Winona Ryder 2.0, as I like to call her.
Sure.
Sure.
The one who hasn't stolen anything from a store lately. That we know
lately
of.
that we know of, but she's going hard for that Oscar, man.
Oh yeah. Well, she's going for two because she won for Black Swan, which she
Well,
played
yeah.
a dancer who replaced Winona Ryder. Funny.
Well, interesting that I came around. I came back around.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, she's going for it, baby. Like
Yeah, so
this is like she's throwing down.
she's playing Jackie O, and she is full on character committed in this. It's not, it's one of these ones where, you don't see her bury herself deep into a character very often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel kind of like, as good as she is, she's a little kind of very same-ish, throughout. She's good. She's really good when these things, but she doesn't. When you think of like actors that really bury themselves into characters and stuff like that, she's not on that list normally.
I mean, like, she goes back and forth. Like I feel like she's one of those people who will do a serious do like a serious indie, and then they'll do and then they'll do like a studio fare.
Okay.
Like she'll do a Black Swan, and then she'll do Thor, and then she'll
She'll get a paycheck,
Yeah.
and then she'll work for nothing.
Yeah, and then she'll do like Brothers.
Right. It's prestige,
Yeah.
and then paycheck. Prestige, paycheck, prestige,
Yeah.
paycheck. But that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. But that looked really good. I was very surprised at how good. I almost didn't watch the trailer. I was like, I kind of know what this is, and I was captivated. I was like, oh, this is tense. It was very tense.
Yes.
Very tense. And then the other trailer that's in there is
Justice League Dark.
Justice League Doc.
Oh, thank you, Boston Brand.
Yeah, some of the accents are not landing in this trailer. No, okay. So it looks good, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But the bone to pick for me is Dead Man.
I mean, Deadman's always he was meant to be like this outlandish.
He sounds like the taxi driver in Scrooged.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he sounds like Buster Poindexter.
Little cleaner than that, yeah. I mean, the thing that bothered me more was John Constantine sounds Australian. I don't know how that happened.
Maybe.
It feels like someone didn't quite get the British accent.
So Justice League Dark is animated. It's coming soonish. I didn't
Yeah.
catch the date, but it's It's like the Justice League, and then it's also John Constantine, Swamp Thing, Deadman. It's all the mystical, darker DC characters that haven't gotten anything lately.
Zatanna.
Zatanna.
Black Orchid is in this.
Is Zack Snyder tied to this one?
No.
No, thank God.
This is
Oh,
this is
okay.
an animated
All right.
movie.
Oh, okay.
But that's why it also looks good.
Oh, good.
I would hate to see what he would do with animation. Oh, my God. Tell him there's no limits?
Although I will say, like,
Well, maybe that's where he should stick to.
Well, he would just use different shades of black.
yeah,
That's fair.
ever since DC did like the Flashpoint Paradox, and
Right.
they've started doing like direct from the New 52. They do have the same thing as the Snyder movies, where like someone needs to turn the lights on.
It is,
Like it just looks too dark.
It is a little
like the-
washed out. You don't get a lot of daytime scenes.
Yeah,
And it definitely is a thing where it could be Seattle. Like, every place could be Seattle. But what's cool is that they're keeping, like, for a while there, like, every movie was a very different set or version of the characters you knew. So it feels like now with a bunch of them, I saw a thing about this too. That
Yeah.
they're going to stay with a basic kind of team. Like Wonder Woman looks the same from the last 2 or 3 movies.
Yeah.
The costume and this version of Batman,
Yeah,
this version of Superman.
yeah,
Those are kind of carrying over without being
Yeah.
hard continuity, I think.
since like Justice League War, like those movies have all kind of like tied in. You've had like a Justice League versus Teen Titans. You had all these different, but yeah, no. I mean, it's cool to see those characters. You know what? It's weird because like I don't think you've ever had Deadman on screen where you hear his voice, so there's really no precedent for him to sound like that. And he's always been like this real cocksure type of guy, that just had some run of bad luck. And he's meant to be this very humbled guy.
Yeah.
So I could kind of see that. I can kind of go with it, but it does seem jarring to see that voice come out of that guy
Yeah, a little bit.
to someone who looks like that.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. And I wouldn't have never pictured that. Like, I didn't know enough to kind of figure out like, if that's a legit thing or not. But it was very jarring. All right, so what's next in there? Do we have anything else in there?
Well,
For the
you
meanwhile?
you want to mention Channel Zero?
Yeah, Candle Cove, Channel Zero.
Now, I missed the finale, and it's not on demand yet.
Okay, so I wasn't going to spoil anything anyway.
Okay,
I was
thank
going to
you.
be real basic, just to kind of give it kudos that if anybody hasn't caught it yet, catch it at your leisure, obviously. You're probably in the clear for spoilers or whatnot. But just know that it stays consistent. It's one of these things that, like, the creepiness, the weirdness, and all that tone stuff, it doesn't undersell. It doesn't pull the rug out from underneath itself in the later episodes when you start to find out what's going on and things get revealed. It's not like, oh, okay, that's that. Meh. It's really expertly done, obviously, because it's one of those things where it's 6 episodes to keep it lean, and they don't. A lot of times, you kind of like in your head, you'll be like, "Oh, I know where they're going to go," because you're so used to tropes and familiarness to a lot of these TV shows and stuff. And this kind of goes maybe a little bit left. Not crazy. Oh, wow, didn't see that coming at all. But it's like, oh, okay, they did that.
Yeah.
A lot of smart choices. I really recommend it if you have no problem being creeped out, and if you have no problem with watching TV in the dark, because that's a show you should really turn off the lights. And that's just a follow up to some mentions I've done before on Candle Cove. Good stuff. And did you see any movies this week?
No, I did not.
What?
I did not get a chance.
Do I have to budget you out? Should we budget you out?
Are you
At least
saving
one
for
movie a week?
retirement again?
No. It's not a money. Well, it's kind of a money thing. Yeah, it is kind of a money thing now. This week.
Because the shit ain't cheap here
Yeah.
in New York, man.
Yeah. No.
You're
But
talking about it's like
Even shit is expensive. That's the problem.
yeah.
Well, probably. You should sell your shit, I guess, is what it's coming down to. But
there's a list of stuff I'd like to get to.
well, let's. I mentioned this to you on the phone. I kind of want to see Arrival. So if you're into going to see that, I'll go see that.
You want to do it now after the show? I'm sure there's like
we
an
can do it
11
right
o'clock
now.
show.
We could just leave the mics on. Actually,
Yeah, I'll just stand here and play.
Bob, you
dude.
can handle it.
I'm sure we could just.
I'll
I
put a
could log
2-hour
in.
improv concert.
I can log into one of these
I'll just
devices and we'll
jam.
just broadcast live from the theater, and we'll just start setting up like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We'll just fucking live from inside the theater and just broadcast the audio of the movie.
There we go.
And
Just Periscope it.
And we'll just, and like anything that's like just, there's no dialogue, we'll describe it. You'll be like, okay, she's getting on the big black egg spaceship thing.
Just Periscope the whole thing.
There you go. If you really want a shitty copy of a movie. All right. So let's set up for the next segment here, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we do a thing every week because why not? It's called the news. News o'clock. Ooh, Ed, what's the first one in the news?
So Marvel's announced a new TV show
Get out of here.
on ABC.
Oh, family television.
Surprise.
It's called The Inhumans.
Yeah, it is a bit of a surprise.
Yes.
A little bit. No.
Yeah, and remember how we said we were going to get an Inhumans movie?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Kinda, but not really.
They're going
I was
to
actually kind of hoping it would come out.
they're going
Oh, me
to
too.
they're going to premiere the show on IMAX for 2 weeks.
They're going to shoot in IMAX too. I believe.
Yes, yeah, they're going to shoot in IMAX.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Iron Man.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes will be in IMAX theaters for 2 weeks.
That's right. Yep.
And then it will be a regular hourly show.
Yeah.
On a weekly show on ABC. But it will center around Black Bolt and the Inhumans family.
Yeah,
So
it's
this
not-
isn't like the tangential sort of thing with the Inhumans. We're getting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah, the Shield is already doing. It's not this watered down Inhumans light. But yeah, so the movie will premiere in the theaters. Well, the episodes will premiere in the theaters, set up as a movie, and then when it comes to TV, they're going to have extra content that wasn't in the theaters, so that
Yeah.
Right,
like
so maybe we'll get a 2.5 hour premiere episode.
Well, I think
blocked for 3 hours on a whole night
yeah,
or something
probably
like that.
yeah, something like that. I doubt that we'll actually get a 2.5-er. I bet you
Maybe
what we're going to
2
get
hours and 15, so it stretches
I don't even
to
think we're going
2:30.
to. I don't even think we're going to get to that. I think what we're going to get is in the theaters. You're going to get you're going to get 90 minutes running time.
Yeah.
And then on TV, you're going to get like an hour 42. You know what I mean? Because it's still going to be spaced out for commercial
Right.
breaks and all that.
Well, yeah, well, it'd be 2 hours being spaced out for commercial breaks. It's going to give you about a half an hour of commercials.
Yeah.
This could be an hour and a half anyway.
Right.
So maybe they'll be replacing footage and not adding footage.
Yeah, hard to say. It'd be interesting to see how they do it, how they really set that up, though. Because they could technically go 2.5.
Yeah. Well,
They've done that kind of shit.
We'll find out.
I guess we will.
Well, I just figured it would be 2.5 with all the commercials in it.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah.
maybe an hour and 45,
Yeah, right.
which is what actually you were saying.
So,
But so the thing I'm curious is, that's quite the introduction for a TV show.
yeah.
Like style wise, like who knows what they're gonna do? Actually, when they shoot it. But I just mean to do it on IMAX alone, and then premiere those episodes as the leads for the series, and then the rest of the series is gonna be like, shot in a studio in Burbank.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, they might be using some kind of tie-in with TV sales.
Well,
because this thing is probably going to need like a 4K or even 5K TV.
Well, for those first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
And
for the
that's-
first 2 episodes.
But
yeah.
that's kind of my point, is that all of a sudden the series is going to degrade.
right.
Like, you know what I mean? All of a sudden it's going to be like, can they maintain whatever kind of level of quality or coolness that they achieve in those pilot episodes? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
how high will they be able to get to maintain that look on a series
Right.
budget?
Yeah. So you'd be going from like 4K quality down to iPhone quality.
Basically. You're going from, 2016 to 1990.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll find out September.
Oh, stop trying to segue out.
Damn.
Right,
Damn
what's
you,
next?
Bill.
Damn you for knowing what I'm doing. What do we got next, Ed?
Okay, so the showrunner on The Walking Dead,
All right, I'll take this one.
Scott M. Gimple.
Yeah, Gimps. The old Gimps.
The
Basically,
Gimpster baby.
Gimpy boy.
the Gimp. Thank God for the Gimp, actually, because that show looked like it wasn't going to go
Win-win for the
anywhere.
Gimpster.
They kind of put him in charge. So they're gonna, there was just a question. It was like, did you ever think the series will go to a movie? And so he's like, well, yeah, inevitably, that's just kind of gonna happen. It's highly likely, but that's not actually talking to Kirkman. He's probably got a different opinion on it. What's the matter, Bob?
Indubitably. I'm just thinking.
Okay, because you're
indubitably.
making the face for that voice, and it also looks like fuck this fucking shit.
Did you?
Like it's the same face. Like I don't care about this fucking bit.
I got the lip up at the corner.
I know, but
Bill,
if you could see,
did you read the quote?
did I read the quote?
Did
Why?
you read Gimple's quote?
Well, read it to me. Then I guess I misread something.
The question comes up every now and again.
Yeah.
I'm sure one way or another, one day it'll happen. I think it will be I think it would be cool. William Shatner as Rick. We'll get Edward James Olmos as Daryl. Hit all the big shows. Matthew Fox as the governor.
Yeah. So obviously he was playing with it. He wasn't taking it too seriously. Don't get me wrong. Like, I knew that. So that's where I was going to kind of go with it. I kind of forgot the rest of the goof quote, but I knew that I was going to get to it. Like, unless Kirkman says it's happening, like, it's not really a thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nah.
Nah.
Forget about it.
Whew.
Well, speaking of Robert Kirkman,
Well, speaking of Kirkman,
hey.
yeah, what do you got?
so his company Skybound,
Yes.
Captain Kirkman.
develops all Robert Kirkman and other properties, have announced they're doing a subscription merch service called Megabox.
Subscription boxes, right.
Yeah, so it's a quarterly service.
Mm-hmm.
It's $49.99 for a box or $179.96 for the year.
Okay.
And you get each box is guaranteed to have $90 to $100 worth of merch, and guaranteed at least a T-shirt and an enamel pin, a special comic book, and a 5-inch McFarlane Toys action figure. Most likely a Walking Dead variant.
It's dollar for dollar. It's totally worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're getting...
And plus more. Those are just the
Right.
exclusive items.
Those are the guarantees for every box. I mean, you're only getting 4 boxes a year, but it's... I can't do math, Ed. It's how much stuff for how much.
Well,
at the
it's
end of the
almost
year.
double you're getting almost double the value.
Well, that I know. You know what I mean? So is it $200 a year? You get like
It's-
$400 worth of stuff. But even if you pay for the year, it's
Yeah.
170 something.
180. It's 180 basically.
Yeah. So it's quite a deal. And those boxes tend to be pretty good. I mean, if
Yeah,
that's,
you're still getting the other one,
the
right?
Loot Crate, the original Loot
one,
Crate, yeah,
which is pretty cool.
which is pretty cool. It's basic. I think the thing though is definitely people like look, regular Loot Crate is good, but it's a smorgasbord,
Right.
and every
And
month
this
is a
is
different theme, and it varies even within the theme.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you're getting a month where it's all Marvel. Like, they do that,
Right.
but sometimes it's heroes, and so you get like all different random shit.
Right.
But I would think for
Right.
dollar for dollar, some people might be better off getting like these specific ones now, because you can
Sure,
get
because
anime
these-
box, you can get
Right.
Marvel does his own, and DC does their
Right.
own now.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to get to, is that these companies that make the toys are putting the boxes together. So it's just another packaging thing for them.
Yeah.
The way of them.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? Let's sell it all for this price.
Sure.
It might be stuff that, isn't really selling that well. So
Yeah,
it's,
those other
this
3
is-
items, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Oh, that's
not
definitely the
necessarily,
case.
not necessarily total garbage items.
No, but
But
it's like
Just
overstock.
stuff that is
you know.
still kind of cool, but you wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah,
You know
every
what I
month
mean?
has got usually 1 or 2 big, super cool items, and the rest of it's kind of like,
And that's
okay.
how sometimes you end up with something that'll really surprise you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's stuff you wouldn't go out, and then when you see it, you're like, oh, dude, that really is cool.
Yeah, and usually it is that kind of thing that comes out left field.
Yeah.
You know?
There's
It's
always
like, oh, I
there's
didn't
always
even
at
know.
least one item in a box like
So it's
that.
like, I didn't even know they made that.
And Bryzo is asking if the boxes will be available in the UK. I'm looking at the article, which is on Nerdist, and it doesn't say. It just says it's going to ship in. The first box will ship in December of 2016.
Where do people? Does it have like? Where do people go to sign up or get more information?
I'm guessing Skybound.com.
Okay. Is there a link in the beginning of the article? Maybe Skybound. Maybe they might be linking out to Skybound's official announcement.
Hang on. Oh, the Megabox.com.
TheMegabox.com.
Yes.
There you go, folks. Go to TheMegabox.com. They'll have-
Oh, they do have U.S. customers and international customers.
Ooh, well, there you go, Skybound fans, Kirkman fans. So you'll be getting, that's quite the
It's
It'll
not
be
just any.
interesting.
It's not just any mega box. It's the mega box.
the mega box.
The mega box. The mega box.
Dum 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 dum.
All right. So, over in the movies section for the news, Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke. Did I say it wrong?
No, you got it right.
Okay, I thought it was Clark K, maybe from the face you made. It's got an E on the end.
No,
she's joining Star Wars, the Han Solo prequel film. She is Daenerys Targaryen, queen of Mother of Dragons, queen of everything, not bolted down.
By the way, could we get a title on that movie? Because this
Sure,
is
sure.
starting to get
They're
embarrassing.
just going to call it Solo. But why not? You know?
Han.
I'm not so sure about this casting.
Well, the thing is, who is she? What is she doing? We don't know.
Yeah, and she's a good actress, but she was in that she played Sarah Connor in that last Terminator movie.
Yeah. I've granted she's only got one prequel under her belt, but so far not so good.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that one.
I don't know.
I didn't even see that one. Once they gave away the only decent hook in the whole movie in the trailer, I was like, well, I don't have to see that now.
It wasn't a decent hook.
It was the only hook that the movie had. Let's put it at that.
Yeah.
Like if there was an attempt made at making you go, oh wow, that's a crazy twist.
Yeah.
They put it right in the fucking trailer.
John Connor is the Terminator.
Yeah, basically, it's like everybody is a Terminator except Sarah Connor. Like that's, I think basically that's where they're going.
Yeah,
but
and that's also it's probably not fair because I watched the first season of Game of Thrones and jumped off.
Oh, this
she's
just
okay.
in. The next season of Westworld is going to be Terminators.
So yeah, let's do that, folks. I just saw that Sean in the chat. I think it was Sean. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. They're going to call it the Wrath of Han. So let's hashtag game for the chat. It's been a while. I don't think we've ever done a hashtag game like we used to, like I was setting up for Podtoberfest. But hashtag Han Solo movie title basically is the setup. Give us your best or worst Han Solo movie titles, kids. Mash it up with something pre-existing to make it funny. Although you can make it funny on your own, I guess. But
creativity is a plus.
Creativity is a plus. Let's see you guys get funny in there. We'll read them out as we go along. But my point really with bringing that up is just that, like in the comics, because it's all in continuity now, like they just revealed like Han Solo has an ex-wife. Like he has a first wife. She's black. And I just wonder if the casting of Amelia in this is love interest, or if it's some other character. Granted, it's a movie. There's a lot of characters. Could be anybody. But I'd be interested to see if actually they do the first wife material at all. Because in the comics, it's like Luke and Leia and Han, Empire Strikes Back era.
Right.
And she kind of like pops up, the ex-wife, the first wife. And I don't know if she's like, this is my ship or something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think she's mentioned in the last movie.
She may even be.
I think when Leia is talking to Han,
that might be an offhand reference
there's a offhand reference of the old ball and chain or something like that, the old battle axe.
Well, I think
one of those kind of comments.
One of those kind of your first wife,
she knows,
pretty well, or something like that. All
I
right.
could be wrong. I could just be hallucinating it and making it up as I go. But
that's always possible.
This is always true.
All right. Speaking of Star Wars, Ed, what's the next one in there?
Okay, so Disney.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, so you know how they have that ride Star Tours? Now they've added Star Tours, The Adventure Continues. Well, executives have announced that they're going to be integrating Episode 8.
The Ocho.
Into Star Tours.
Okay.
And that they're working on that as they're shooting the movie.
Okay. So they're not wasting any time.
Nope.
I know you don't know offhand, but I guess this implies that they've already integrated Episode 7 into it on some level.
Well, I mean, it's
some elements of it, I guess.
It says here that they started a new ride, Star Tours: The Adventure Continues, in 2015, and that focused mainly on the first 6 movies. But there was a little bit like inspired by Force Awakens, but didn't really have it fully because it was before the movie came out, so it was just kind of like hints of what was going to happen.
Right.
But now they're actually saying they're going to go full on with Episode 8, and they're building a Star Wars themed park. Like that's going to be like a
yeah, I saw a picture. There's a artist rendering kind of thing that's going around, and it's like an aerial shot, kind of looking down, and it's like, all right, that's Star Trek land. I mean, Star Wars land, basically.
It's the largest single themed expansion in Disney World history.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I can't wait. I'm never gonna be there.
The nerds will never leave.
That's why I'll never go, because I won't be able to tell the staff from the guests.
I wonder if any of the people in the chat room would like to go to Florida to work there.
I bet you we got a couple. I bet you somebody would like. If I told you you're going to work for basic wages, but you had to give up your whole life, and I'll get you right in the door at Disneyland.
Well, yeah, they would do it for free.
Well,
room and board for, and they would be happy to play like Luke Skywalker.
Would anybody
forever?
Right, to uproot the life you have now for basic wages. I'm sure it's not the greatest pay ever working at Disney. So, also in the news, James Gunn director of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2.
He's throwing down.
He's throwing down the gauntlet and the checkbook. He was saying online in an interview or in a live stream video he does or whatever that still people have not found this one kind of important or groovy, cool, big, whatever Easter egg in the original Guardians of the Galaxy. And so one guy called him out during this chat session and was like, he's just saying people can't find it because it's not in there. Like, he's yanking everybody's chain, basically. And so James Gunn was like, well, you know what, buddy? Why don't you remember this post, okay, and highlight it and save it, because I'm going to guarantee you $100,000 that it's in there and that, you know, it can be found. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
But he put the $100,000 down. Like, I'll bet $100,000 down against you saying that it's not. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
It's
still on people to find it. He's not going to point it out and be like, "Oh, here it is." You know. But
If there is no Easter egg, I will give you $100,000. Copy this post. I will consider it a legally binding contract. Signed, James Gunn. So yeah, he's kind of
like, you know,
he's committed.
He's committed. I just think maybe, like, you know, some of the super nerds just haven't thought outside the box or something. I bet you it's probably something like that. You know. Or just the right nerd hasn't seen the movie yet.
Now anybody who's a Marvel fanatic is going to be sitting there looking through the credits every frame by frame. Someone's going to find it.
Yeah, it's just to call him out on it, you know, or back him up, depending. All right, Ed, what's the next one in there, buddy?
Oh, so we got
Stuff?
the director of Kung Fu Panda,
Yeah.
Mark Osborne, has been tapped to direct a animated adaptation of Jeff Smith's graphic novel Bone.
Ooh. Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, because the book ended its run quite a while back now, I think. Not quite a while, but a little while back. It was an indie book, Jeff Smith, Bone, and it's about... I don't even know what they are really, but they're these cute, cartoony-looking characters and stuff, and they end up in going on this adventure in the woods. And it's kind of comedy. It's kind of like serious tone a little bit, but it's a play on woodland fantasy and fairies and stuff like that. I know it sounds kind of like not that great or interesting as I describe it, but look it up, Bone. And it's supposed to be. I've never read it. It's supposed to be one of these kind of like epic kind of very heartfelt kind of wrenching rides as you take the journey kind of a thing. You know, really, really superbly well written. It's won a lot of awards and accolades over the years.
I've dipped in and out of it just because it's you could find the full on compendium,
Sure,
and it's enormous. It's something like 1,000 pages, but it's really interesting artwork. Jeff Smith is really fun cartooning.
Yeah, really great cartoons. Animation, has a very great animated look to the whole thing.
Yeah, and I've read some of his later stuff. Like he did a Captain Marvel run with Monster Society of Evil, Shazam.
Okay.
And he also did a book called Razzle.
Okay.
Which was different, but it's still in his same art style.
Okay.
That was more of like a art thief story.
Gotcha.
So it was but you know, I've read some of Bone. It's fun kid stuff.
It's fun. Yeah. I think it treads the line a little bit. I think the larger themes over scope and time that are at play are probably a little bit maybe overlooked by kids. I can't say for sure because I haven't read it. But he's been trying to get, they've been trying to do something for a long time. It's bounced around from studios. Disney was taking a hard stab at it for a long time. It seemed like that was the place it was going to end up. And now it's kind of lined up, I think, with Warner Brothers, right? Is that, if I remember correctly? But either way.
Yes, Warner Brothers.
There you go. So
They'll turn it into a bad Batman movie.
there you go.
I'm sorry, a bad Superman movie. They make decent Batman movies.
So I got lost in the chat there for a second. Sorry.
You want to solve the hashtag game now, don't you?
Well, let's see.
I have my pick.
Well, I'm not even reading them. I just went to go see how many were in there, and it was more than I expected. You know what? We got two more in this section before we go to the reboot. So let's go through these real quick. Give people a little more time to kind of drop some of those Han movie titles in there. So Deadpool 2 got its director. Got that guy from John Wick.
David Leitch
For Deadpool 2.
Should be a fun movie then.
It should definitely be well choreographed.
Absolutely.
Even the fight scenes might be a little more intense, a little more hands-on, which would be cool.
He's good with the budget.
Yeah, and he's tight with the budget. That's probably one of the key things was
Right. He
getting-
he works well with the budget.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause John Wick, I'm sure, wasn't a big budget movie.
No, Keanu probably. Well, to be honest, Keanu may not even have taken his normal big studio salary for something like that. I don't think.
No.
Not for that production.
He seemed like he wasn't really. At least he wasn't high on my radar personally at that
yeah.
point.
It almost feels like
So it
art
might have
house
been-
action film.
Yeah.
Well, I think the main thing is they let the stunt work, because these guys are. He co-directed it with someone else.
Yeah, these guys are actually stunt
Yeah,
coordinators.
Yeah, they're stunt coordinator, but they let the action
Yeah.
and the stunt pieces take center stage,
Right.
Instead of falling back on CGI.
CGI and fancy
Yeah.
camera work and high edits. It's all
Yeah,
a lot of as many shots as possible in one take, kind of a thing. Yeah, so I can't wait to see what kind of a thing that becomes. How that spins out differently. Then in the reboot report, that damn Crow movie just can't get made.
nope.
It's as jinxed as it ever was.
Yep. So we report on this every now and then. Yeah,
Because
evidently
it comes up every now and then,
there's-
and I
there-
want it to happen, but it just can't.
they've been trying to remake The Crow since the
The
first
end
Crow.
of the last frame of the first one, basically.
Yeah, and even as they were doing the sequels, they were still trying to remake the first one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
seems-
it's crazy. You know?
So evidently it was at Relativity Media, and they've gone bankrupt recently. So
That'll do
now
it. That'll
it
do
is landed at Davis Films.
Davis Films.
Actually, Davis Films and the Highland Film Group and Electric Shadow have all combined to finance, produce, and distribute. Oh, there's a title now called The Crow Reborn.
Well, what else were you going to call it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't even know if what's the matter.
Well,
Something
continue.
else?
No, continue with that because I just noticed Dom Torrey's talking about the Deadpool, our Deadpool comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, they're trying to make it. It's never going to happen.
Jason Momoa was attached at one point, but now it's not clear whether or not he's still gonna do it.
Yeah, it's just name of the week with that movie. I
Maybe
swear
they
to
should
God.
get what's his name from Deadpool 2 now. After this one's over, he can do that one.
Oh,
What's his name from John
Ryan?
Wick? From John Wick, the director.
Oh, the director. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the director's. It's like, who are you going to cast though? Jason Momoa is a beast, so I would hope that you weren't going to do the same character in a way, because even the comic, I say that with that movie, man, you just make an art house piece. You go black and white cartoon, and don't even give a shit about. That's like a dream project for me. If I was like if I had millions and billions of dollars or something, like I would put so much money into these little goofy projects, and that would be like one of them. I'd scoop it up myself and just make it. Maybe no one would even see it, and keep it in my basement, like what's his name keeps that clown movie. Testing to see if you're paying attention.
Oh, It.
No, not it. Fucking Jerry Lewis and The Day the Clown Cried.
Oh, The Day the Clown Cried. Jeez. Oh my God.
One movie is The Day the Clown Cried, and the other movie is The Day the Clown Made Everybody Else Cry. So, since we're all a little distracted by the chat room,
Sorry.
let's see what we got going here with these Han Solo.
Well, we've got the Han Father.
The Han Father.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Oh, Solo, We're Out Thou. I think that's my favorite. Agent Palmer. There's a lot of them in here.
Raiders of the Lost Falcon.
That's pretty good. Please don't fuck up Han Solo. Just in general.
Yeah, I think that works.
I think that might. I think that's funny.
From Dusk Till Han.
I think that's funny. Showing Han based on the novel Push.
Sapphire.
I think that's funny.
The Odd Couple, starring Han and Jabba.
There you go. Oh, man.
Big Han in Little China. Did somebody say that already? No. Han and Chewie's Excellent Adventure.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, Empire of the Han, From Dusk Till Han.
I can feel the podcast listeners getting kind of tired of this.
Well, you think this because we're so not used to having any gaps of dead air like this? Like
Yes.
the whole show was going like a rocket until just now, right? And we're just like all scrolling like,
All right, well,
This is what they talk about with the
while we're
chat room.
scrolling, Dom Torrey says,
Sure.
I assume we'll be getting news of the final actor who will play Cable in the Deadpool sequel now since the director's finally been named.
Yes.
So who do you guys think should get the role? I personally think Mike Pence would be a fantastic fit.
As Cable?
Yeah.
He's got a look. He's got the look.
He's got the look, the white hair.
He's got the look, and he's stoic.
And if he can handle dealing with Trump for 4 years.
And something about him seems slightly robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cable's kind of robotic.
Right.
There's a cyborg element going on there.
Yeah.
But outside of him, I still think what's his name from Avatar, man, and
Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang.
And like that was a
Yeah, I
post
think
that-
that's just like perfect.
yeah. That's a post he put up on his Twitter the day after Deadpool premiered.
Yeah.
And like there have been no mention as to whether or not he's actually ever been in talks for it.
Sure.
But he looks it.
I don't know who else you could.
He
cast.
does say that he's okay with not getting it because he has this whole Avatar thing going on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. You know what I mean? It's not like he's got these
Yeah.
other paychecks coming.
Yeah, yeah. So
But I mean, outside of him, man, a guy his age, or you know, like
who's
that,
going to look that buff?
you know what I mean?
You know?
It's like him and Schwarzenegger.
I,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and
I
don't think,
want Arnold.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it with Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold is definitely the embodiment,
Yeah.
of the Jim Lee era.
Yeah.
I mean, of the Rob Liefeld era. Cable,
Yes.
We're overjacked, way too big. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think casting for Cable is really hard, man.
It's weird. Like Stephen Lang has these two weird. Like if you look at his like, I always remember him as General Pickett from Gettysburg.
Okay,
And then you see the stuff he does now, and it's. I mean, he's still playing an army guy, but
Right,
just
right.
he looks completely different, and just
Yeah.
the style and everything.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. I feel like anybody else is going to be probably a little too young, and they're going to try and age them up. Like whenever I see the pictures of John Hamm photoshopped as Cable, because that's like another thing on the internet. People like John Hamm.
No.
Like they're going to gray out his hair and stuff, and it starts to look not quite right.
You know who could do it is Mel Gibson, like who Ryan Reynolds actually threw out there, and I think he actually
I think
is
he's too
the right.
crazy. I just think
the
he's too
right
fucking
age.
Crazy. I think he's too crazy.
I don't know that I would buy it.
It's that I feel like he might be too
Too
well
much-
recognized as
Yeah,
Mel Gibson. He's always going to be very Mel Gibson-y.
right. He's going to be. He's trying to play it like Lethal Weapon.
Well, that's the thing, like too. Like I don't know how much meat and potatoes is going to be there for him to latch on to. Don't get me wrong. Like he'll take any work in mainstream Hollywood now that'll come his way, but he'll probably start getting some now because of that Ridge movie.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. So,
Although I don't buy Kid Spider-Man in that movie too much.
which who's that?
Well, what's his name was Spider-Man in the last couple of Sony movies.
Garfield.
yeah.
Garfield. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a hard.
He's
like
a little
granted,
hard.
like once you know.
I thought he was good. I thought the movies were bad. I think
Well, as far as Spider-Man goes, yeah, I
Yeah.
liked his banter. Like when he had the mask on, I thought like that's like the one thing that and hit the look of him.
Yeah.
But he's a little old. But yeah, I wasn't buying him in the Ridge either.
Yeah, not in the commercials. For
But
sure.
once you find out, oh, he's pacifist, like that's the whole hook of the movie. And once I found that out, I was like, oh, okay, yes,
Yeah, but I got to wonder
wormy,
with his
skinny,
yeah.
pacifist,
Yeah, I
medic.
Yeah, but I got to wonder if the guy in real life
Yeah.
was really that wormy and skinny.
Well, that's true too, physically.
You know,
But
because I'm looking at him and I'm like, nah, he would not get in the army.
So
I don't buy him in the army.
I don't buy him in the army at
Well,
all.
no, I mean at that point they were taking anyone.
They were taking anybody.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, you're 14 and you're faking your papers? And we know, fuck it. Get on the ship. But what's funny is I saw Mel Gibson on Colbert talking about the movie and how they actually dialed back all the crazy, amazing shit that guy did because it was getting too unbelievable. Like, there's a part in that guy's life story where he gets blown up, basically, like half blown up or shot up, and he gets pulled into a unit for medical treatment. And then as he's laying there, sees other guys that are like in worse shape. He gets up out of his thing, starts working on them. They come over and push him back down, like, no, stop. And he's like, no, like, go help other people. I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then goes back to like helping guys. Like, well, he's like, so it's just like, he was saying like this guy just did nothing but like crazy over the top amazing stuff that would just be. They tried to put a bunch in the movie, but after a while, you would think it was all made up.
Back to Cable.
Hey, fair enough.
Dom reminded me of this. Evidently, the person who actually has been in talks and they thought was close to getting it was Kyle Chandler,
Yeah,
which is
I don't know.
I
I like him, but I don't know. I just don't see him in an action beef up role. I haven't seen him in one, so I guess
I don't think you've ever seen him without a shirt on, so that's kind of like hard to make that decision.
I just see him picking up tomorrow's newspaper.
Early edition. You remember that too? Oh my God!
That's a CBS show. You're gonna make Ed cry.
That was the greatest. That was the greatest for like the first 3 seasons, and then what's his name?
Then they explained everything.
No, and then Fisher Stevens left, and it all went to shit.
That's funny because I thought you were gonna say then Fisher Stevens came in.
No.
Okay.
Fisher Stevens was the man in that show. A comic relief, always trying to get him to just tell me the lottery numbers. Come on, man.
Hey, look at this, man. Perfect timing. Thomas K has just entered the room. Thomas K, you have got the best timing ever. Bob, this one's on me. I got the segue here for this next one. The premiere of our first new segment of DC TV. This is how this one goes, folks.
To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible. Can you do that?
All right. That's how we'll start this one out. You like that? Ooh, music and everything.
Yeah, nothing lifted there.
Nothing at all.
Welcome to the DC TV recap, brought to you by the Wicked Theory podcast.
Hey, that's us.
I'm Edward O'Hare, nickname to be determined.
Ooh.
We're going to do this going day by day and show by show. So we'll start on Monday, November 15th. We had your usual Monday triple threat.
Yeah.
So on Fox, we had Gotham. I'm going to read these synopses, and Bill and Bob will interrupt me at their leisure.
Fair enough.
So over on Gotham, Captain Barnes finally went off the deep end and started killing criminals because his infected brain believed he could serve justice better than the system.
Thank God they finally did something with Barnes.
Jim took him down with a little help from Bullock and fake evidence manufactured by Leslie. Grown-up Ivy stole a necklace from a rich guy and ran to Selena for protection from the goons who killed the rich guy and really wanted the necklace.
Oh, okay.
Bruce helped them investigate, and they discovered the necklace is actually a key to something.
Right. Oh, I saw that. They dropped it, and the key popped out.
Yes.
So convenient.
We'll find out next episode, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe.
Oswald tried to console Ed after Isabella's tragic death, but Ed couldn't help but examine her car. When he found that her brake lines were cut, he told Oswald that it was obviously revenge from Butch.
Oh, it had to be.
Yes.
Not the guy with the great gay man crush.
No.
Okay.
No.
Moving on.
On to Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Which is a DC show. Chloe and Lucifer track down someone running around L.A. stabbing people who do yoga.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Only Lucifer knew it was someone who dug up his brother Uriel's grave and stole the blade of Azrael.
Of course.
Lucy convinced Ella to help him track down the blade on the QT. Chloe got jealous, thinking Lucy and Ella were flirting.
Yeah.
They weren't. In fact, Ella helped Lucy because he promised to go to church with her.
Yeah.
Linda had a hard time listening to Lucy without asking questions about how hell really works, but then she promised she can handle it.
Let's keep in mind that Lucy is Lucifer.
Yes.
Everyone calls him Lucy. That took me a moment.
Yeah.
When I was watching it this week. I turned it on and I was like, everyone's calling him Lucy. I get it. It's just odd.
And to top it off, Amenadiel and Mom confronted Lucifer, admitting that...
Who?
Lucy.
No. Not Amenadiel?
Amenadiel.
Amenadiel.
Yes, his brother.
Okay.
Admitting that they both want to antagonize Dad. Dad means God.
Gotcha.
Lucifer got so angry that he started smoldering. He happened to be holding the blade of Azrael at the time.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is gonna. He's upset. We're gonna leave.
Okay.
That's how the episode ended.
Gotcha.
Over to Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Dr. Rudy Jones, a climate change researcher.
Oh, I see where this is going.
They're all dangerous, folks. Became parasite and started attacking National City.
I didn't see that coming.
He drained Supergirl's powers, but she was able to defeat him with help from James Olsen in his new Guardian getup.
All right, let me interrupt. How's that looking on film? Rough?
It's okay.
Because the publicity still shots.
No, it's a real costume.
No,
so
I know.
Yeah, so it looks better than the photos. The photos look like it's all digitally put on.
It looks like that because there's so much layers, but it looks like foamy. It looks like it's like a lot of rubbery and foam.
Actually, you know what I think would make it look better if it was bright blue and gold, like the comic book character.
Hey, why not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not do that?
I bet you they did a paint pass on that, and they were like, I bet you in real life it was looking a little garish. But go on.
So Wynn kind of thinks James is making a mistake, but he decided to continue helping him be the Guardian anyway.
Ooh.
Parasite also drained John Jones and left him in bad shape.
That's the Martian Manhunter,
Yes.
for those who don't know.
Alex begged Magan Maors to give John a blood transfusion, so now he's got white Martian in him.
That's racist. Go on.
Kara discovered Mon-El is making money now as a bounty hunter and gave him a stern talking to.
Okay.
And Kara also told Alex she's happy Alex came out, but Alex ended up getting the thanks but no thanks from Maggie.
Okay. I have no idea about any of that.
So Alex
Just sounds like soap opera talk to me.
It gets a little bit like
so,
that on all of these shows.
Alex Danvers, Kara's adoptive sister,
Gotcha, okay.
discovered recently that she's gay
Okay.
and has fallen for Detective Maggie Sawyer.
A crush will do
Yes, yeah, and she finally came out. Was talking with her, kissed Maggie at a bar, and then
Aw.
Maggie was like, "This is great, but not right now."
that. Aww. Rejected.
Denied.
Denied.
On Tuesday, November 16th,
Yeah.
an episode of The Flash aired.
Flash, wait a minute. We got more.
Okay. Alchemy sent the Shade to distract Barry and company.
Alchemy.
Alchemy also gave Wally crazy visions of being killed as Kid Flash.
Yeah.
HR developed technology to digitally change his appearance so he can go out in public without being arrested.
I'm waiting for that to come up in some other usage.
HR also pitched an idea to reopen Star Labs as a museum.
Yeah, because that'll work.
Joe tried going on a date with Cecile, but Shade ruined it. Caitlin revealed her powers to
Wait, who was throwing shade at him?
No, the Shade, the villain.
Oh, okay.
Who, by the way, was really done a disservice in this episode.
Why?
He's
is
just
that a character who should have had more
He's
service
just
given?
this black cloud. But like in the comics, he's this immortal guy, and there's like a whole history. There's a great 12-issue.
They should just make up some characters sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a moratorium on that behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a little bit of a waste.
There was an opportunity there that they just didn't.
Whether they did it differently or not, like who would know?
Like,
Because they didn't do anything really with them.
There was no personality to that character.
Well, there was nothing done with them.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, here's a random thing. Let's figure out how to defeat it. Oh, there's the guy that's been in the mist the whole time.
Yeah.
On to the storylines.
Anyway, the real drama.
Fair enough.
Caitlin revealed her powers to Cisco,
Oh, Katie.
who turned around and outed her to the team after vibing that she would become a villain.
Well, it was about time.
The team decided to use Wally as bait to find Alchemy, and it backfires when Savitar, the god of speed, is summoned, and the episode ends with Flash cornered.
Oh no, that's never happened before.
Cliffhanger.
So before you move on, because Flash is the one show that me and Bob watch for sure out of this stack. Where do we begin with dissecting that a little bit? Because it was really good that they accelerated all the storylines in this last one. Everything moved forward a step at least.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? And it was all overdue.
Nothing was left hanging until next week. It was everything got moved.
It's telegraphing its kicks, so it's like we know exactly where it's going to go with the
Right.
Frost stuff. You know exactly where it's headed with the Wally stuff. So you'd be better off just getting to it now.
Right.
You've spun your wheels too
Right.
long.
Yeah, otherwise the fans are going to get pissed off.
Yeah, because
Well-
we're getting tired of it.
Next week is the Killer Frost episode.
Yeah, which they really ran quite fast into, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that
Yeah.
might be
And
too
then
fast.
the week after that is the big giant crossover
All right.
with all 4 shows. So we'll see how that. I actually
Maybe
think-
that's how we'll end up with getting Kid Flash.
Yeah.
Fair
you
enough.
will get some. I think you will get some finality next week. We'll see. Over to Wednesday, November 17th.
Wednesday.
Arrow.
Yeah.
In the flashback, the way I'm going to do Arrow, I'm going to do the flashback, and then I'm going to do the present.
Okay.
So in the flashback, Oliver and Kovar have dinner together. Tiana's mom works for Kovar as a servant. Kovar tried to warn Oliver that Bratva is not what it seems. They fight about it, and then Oliver learns that Gregor is actually in league with Kovar.
Now, Kovar is Dolph Lundgren?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. I wasn't sure of his name. I flipped
Yeah.
through. I sort of a little bit. I was watching him. I was trying to get a feel for his Russian accent and stuff
Yeah.
like that and get a feel for it. So I wasn't sure what his name was, but continue.
In the present, Vigilante showed up and started killing bad guys. Oliver didn't like it,
Because that's his job. Did I steal your line?
Well, not anymore.
Okay.
I don't do that anymore.
Right. I think he barely did it back in the days.
And spent the episode trying to stop him. Yeah. Oliver went on a date with Susan, the journalist who's been bad-mouthing him. It went well and looks like they are an item now. Quentin Lance tried resigning and admitted to Thea he has been blacking out and might be the throwing star killer.
Ooh, okay.
Wild Dog arranges for Lila and little JJ to visit Diggle and celebrate JJ's birthday. For some reason in that scene, Diggle had to be shirtless and working out with pouring down sweat.
Well, if we're not going to have him wrestle anybody or fight, we have to be reminded that he's Diesel.
He spent the whole episode angry he can't be with his kid on his birthday. And
was he punching stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, he was literally punching a punching bag with his shirt off, and then Wild Dog goes, "Hey, I got somebody to see you." And
does he bother putting a shirt on?
No, he just walks up, grabs the kid, and hugs him.
Hey, come here, kid. Here's all that sweat you've been missing. Some dad sweat.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, dad armpits. Great.
At last moment reveal,
30
seconds, Artemis is actually a mole for Prometheus.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mm-hmm. You watch the show, you know what I'm talking about.
Fair enough.
All right, over to Thursday.
November
18th.
Damn.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow. The Legends went to 1874 Colorado.
Why?
Where a madman named Turnbull killed a time pirate, mined a deposit of dwarf star alloy, and took over all the land west of the Rockies.
Oh, Jesus.
Steele and Adams' bromance developed when Ray built Nate a costume with the dwarf star alloy. Jonah Hex showed up, asked sexist questions, and offered an assist. Heatwave got really drunk and became buddies with Turnbull. Steele took a dwarf star bullet in the chest.
Yeah.
Dr. Stein had headaches and visions of a woman that isn't his wife. And after last episode, he's remembering alternate memories.
Oh, Jesus.
And there was a cool train scene, and they stopped the bad guy.
Okay. Fair enough. Good. I guess that's good, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is your DC TV.
Oh, my gosh. That's the whole thing?
For this week.
I thought we had 8 more shows to do.
No.
Oh, my God. Woof. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is your DC TV recap.
Well done, Ed.
Thank you.
Understand what I'm about to tell you. You need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible. Can you do that?
Can you do that?
Yeah, well detailed and concise.
Yeah, I liked it, man. I liked it. Folks at home, let us know what you think about that.
He took that very seriously, by the way, everyone. I was looking at his board there. He had
notes.
the Excel sheet.
Oh, it's all color-coded.
It's all color-coded day by day.
Yeah, it's a little...
Actually, show by show, day by day.
It might be a little bit overwork. There's not a lot of reward here. I just want to let you know.
I would.
We appreciate the work.
A little more drama as you're reading, because it's such a dramatic reading of these. It sounds like a soap opera reading. So I'm just waiting for, and then
as we go, I'm sure he'll spruce this up as we go and put some punches in here and there.
You gotta get the movie voice going.
Yeah, a little bit of that, but it's a lot of reading. You could probably blow that out if you were doing this the whole time.
I was doing that the whole time.
Yeah, you'd probably.
So you'd have to pick a voice that is not
too much
hard on the lungs, on the larynx.
The dulcet tones of a newsroom reader.
Yeah, you can't necessarily do the.
In a world where one man
Yes.
shines his
practices
shoes.
seashells by the seashore.
I didn't want to go too into a radio voice because I've been listening to a lot of Jim Brockmire lately, and I didn't want to fall into that.
Jim
You don't know about Jim Brockmire?
Not off the top of my head.
He's a character Hank Azaria made up. That's like this old-timey baseball announcer.
Oh, I know him.
So I can't imagine there's a lot of material.
Oh, there was a Funny and Die video, but every time he does a talk show, he somehow slips in Jim Brockmire.
That's
it started on the HBO, the old HBO NFL show.
Okay.
He would come on and they would interview him like he was a real guy, and then they would show all these bits of him in the stands and doing yeah.
But the part of the thing with that character is he was fired because he announced a game right after he caught his wife fucking a guy on the kitchen floor.
Well, that's where you do it. I mean, I don't know where. I mean, you make a sandwich and then you bang somebody else's wife. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Going all the way up to the bedroom?
But he still called the game.
Well,
that ball is going. It is either out of here or deep in the depths of my wife's big cheating vagina.
Oh, shit. All right. Well,
Jim Brockmeyer, Hank Azaria. Look him up, folks.
Look him up,
stuff.
feel him up. You know what I mean? Oh, kids, it's about time. We have another section that we do, another segment. You know it. You love it. It's one we do every now and then. That's not true. It's every week. Actually, you know what? No, let's not do... I was going to jump to emails, but actually we have something else. So we're going to do another bit next week, but we have to set it up this week. It's called Pitch versus Pitch, and it's a little in-house game, and you can play along at home, but now is not the time to play. Next week, you will bring your maneuvers. This is how it's going to work. So basically, here at the table, one of us will play studio exec, and he will give out the title of a film, and he'll say, hey, you two, here's the title of a movie. Go write the script. Give me a pitch. Come back in a week with a pitch for me. Whichever one of you two has the better pitch, I'm going to make that movie. So this week, Ed is going to give me and Bob the title to a random movie. It's up to me and Bob then to take that title, go back to our bunkers, and then come up with what that movie is, who's the director, who's in it, and some kind of brief synopsis of it. We might be shooting for the funny, might be shooting for the serious, who knows? But next week, Ed's going to pick whichever one he likes best, and then one of us who wrote that week are going to be the next one to give out the movie title to the next two people. So, Ed, what is the title of the movie assigned to me and Bob?
Now here's what we're going to do. This actually is something.
Okay.
But rule is no Googling. You can't look up what this might be a reference to.
There's no need to. Right. I'm just going to run on the title, whether I know or it makes any sense to me or not.
All right.
That's what we're doing here.
You ready?
Yeah.
Brandywine Bridge.
Did you know it was a thing before you picked it?
Yes.
All right. That I don't like, but whatever. I'll go with it.
Okay.
I'm going to write it down for myself. Brandywine. W-I-N-E?
Yes. One word. Brandywine is one word.
Right.
Gotcha. All right. Brandywine Bridge. That's going to be the name of the movie that we'll go back and we'll write a pitch for. And then you at home, if you want to play, you can send in an email with your own pitch. Let's keep it short, people. Paragraph, please. No more. Be short, concise, and why not be funny? But tell us who directs it and then who's the main star of it. I think that might be where the fun lies. And then, you can tune in next week and see what me and Bob have decided to do with this as the outline.
I've already got mine.
Okay, Bob's already good. Bob's done. Bob's done, but he'll just have to wait a week.
I got the whole premise laid out. I just need to pick the stars.
You're too good. You're too good. You're too good.
You're too good to us, Bob.
You're so good. All right, so now, what time is it? It's 1:40. No, that's the reverse. That's how much time is left on the clock. We're an hour and 15.
Yeah,
roundabouts.
We're moving through.
We are moving through.
Yeah.
So should we? I'll ask you guys. Should we do this new last episode thing, or should we just go right into emails because of time? There's not a lot of emails.
I think we got time. Let's explore it. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens.
All right. So we got another thing we're going to try out. It's called New Last Episode, and what we're going to do is we're going to. This might change week to week. We were kind of talking about it, like how to kind of run with it and what to do with it, but let's see where it goes. So New Last Episode, we're going to rewrite the last episode of a TV show, or we're going to write the last episode of a show that's currently on TV. Loosely or whatever, we're going to play with it, see how it goes, how goofy it can get. So I'll pick two shows, one comedy, one drama, just in case one goes real quick and the other one doesn't. But I will make sure it shows that we are all familiar with.
Okay.
So guys, let's figure out what the last episode of A Different Strokes should have been.
Okay, so the last episode of Different Strokes.
So you got.
Well, okay. So let's start this by going over a synopsis of the shows for listeners who may not be aware of what Different Strokes.
I don't care if they don't know what it is. They should know what it is.
Well, according to IMDb, it's Different Strokes is the misadventures of a wealthy Manhattan family who adopted the children of their late African-American housekeeper from Harlem.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not even scratching the surface with that.
Starring Conrad Bain, Gary Coleman, Todd Bridges, and Dana Plato.
Now, I want to know if their mother was was their maid.
Yeah.
Then why in that first episode do they run up to what's her name, the maid?
What do you mean?
Like they haven't seen her in forever. Like the first time they
Mrs.
go in.
Garrett?
Yeah, they go, "Hey, Mrs. Garrett."
I mean, maybe that's a thing. All I really remember from the intro is that they definitely went right into Mr. Drummond when he pulls up on the basketball court.
Yeah.
And it's like they know him pretty dang well. Or maybe they've been waiting. They're like, we heard you were going to adopt us. Please take us.
We heard you got money. Get us out of here.
Get us out of Harlem, please. Can we climb in? They just climb over him, get in the back seat. Right. Let's go. Close the door. Come on. Let's go. But the last episode, I don't know, man. They're all getting older. I got a feeling maybe Arnold and Willis didn't move out.
Yeah. Well, I know. I'm thinking that the daughter gets arrested for robbing a video store.
That sounds like real life.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
It sounds like a lot like what happened to her in real life.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And the older brother ends up in jail. Too,
yeah, okay.
You know? And then Mr. Drummond gets arrested for trying to molest Arnold.
Wow. He waited all this time for the other two to be out of the house, so he had the free time.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Garrett, he's paying. She'll keep quiet.
Well, she left. She went on to Facts of Life.
That's true.
So she's out of the picture.
She's out of the picture. That's right.
But
they got the rent-a-maid, the rotating rent-a-maid.
You know what we're forgetting is that eventually they tried to refresh in the show, and they gave him that new wife with the little redheaded kid.
Oh, right, yeah.
The little Howdy Doody looking kid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Danny Cooksey.
Wow. Look that up. See if that's right. I bet you it is. I think it's definitely Danny something. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna throw this out there for the last episode. That because it came to me now that Arnold's just jealous of this little kid coming in and stealing all his thunder. I mean, basically Arnold gets to be cute for all his life and about 3 feet tall.
I got to change the ending of mine.
It was Danny Cooksey.
Very good. Nice.
Playing Sam McKinney.
By Sam. So I'm thinking Arnold kills him. I'm thinking Arnold just gets so jealous and tired of him that he shanks him like in the neck, hides the body down the laundry chute.
Right.
And because the cleaning lady,
it's a long shoot too. So
that's what I mean.
So if he didn't finish off the job at the landing, he'll kill him.
That's it. There's that,
Yeah.
And I think the cleaning lady will cover for him.
Yeah,
I think she
so.
fucking, she feels bad, and
Kid's got money.
The kid's got money. Maybe he has to buy her off, pay her off.
But, see, now I got to revisit mine because I forgot all about him in the show.
Fair enough.
So Mr. Drummond doesn't get arrested for molesting him. Mr. Drummond gets arrested for running a kiddie fight club.
Oh shit!
And they're the two stars.
Maybe this is where Drummond's been making his money all these years. Like we never knew.
They get a urine tested in school and they find steroids in their urine.
And a lack of teeth. Like they keep getting their teeth knocked out.
Come in all bruised. They think it's abuse. They find out it's a fight club in the basement of the building.
Just Arnold and Reggie are running it in the school. They've taken it over
on the roof.
There you go.
They're in the penthouse. They're up on the roof.
No, they bring it back to the house.
The helipad, the pool, and the fight ring right in the corner.
It's not bad. I'm telling you, it's already more interesting than a regular show. Damn.
How do you think this guy got rich?
And I thought you might be a little more familiar with this one. Not too familiar with
No. I mean, I've seen parts of it. I've seen all the send-ups and everything.
Right.
I mean, to me, I think
if you heard it at all, then what does Arnold say? What's his line?
What you talk about, Willis?
See, you know enough.
All right, that's good. That's all you really need to know.
All you need to know is how many people are in it and what's the catchphrase.
The last name of the white guy, the maid's name, and what you talking about, Willis.
That's the whole show.
I just see the episode ending with Arnold walking into the room, covered in blood.
Right.
And Willis is just, what did you do? What'd you do? What happened? Why is there blood all over your shirt? And he just goes, what you talking about, Willis?
Oh, then it gets him too?
Yeah.
And credits?
Yes.
I like it. Do we even know why he did it?
No.
Oh, ambiguous ending. I love it.
We don't even know who he did it to.
right. Oh, the original blood. Yeah, right.
Just that everyone's gone, and Willis is dead, and he's covered in blood already.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yes.
I kind of like it, to be honest with you.
And he goes on to found Google.
He goes on to find...
Like I see Arnold.
Somehow,
and then
somehow
run a drug company and inflate the price of insulin 500%.
I see Arnold Jackson going to MIT and becoming a tech guru.
You do?
A tech billionaire. Yeah.
All right. All right. So, hey, Brian's leaving the chat room. Brian, take care, buddy. All right. So let's.
Well, it's 1:13 a.m. where he is right now.
Well, that's in Scotland.
Well,
my
thank
friend.
you. Thank you for staying up so late.
Yeah.
Good night.
I don't think I'd actually caught on that was Brian Hughes.
Yeah.
Aye.
That's Brazo.
Aye.
Hey,
Aye, laddie.
Brazo.
Good night, laddie.
You fuck. I say that with love.
Bastard.
So also we. I know I was supposed to kind of work on this ahead of time, and I did, but I can't remember the original two examples.
You can't remember the drama?
So, yeah, different strokes I pulled out of my hat. I would have had something a little bit better. Oh, okay, so I have the drama again. So let's figure out what the last episode of MacGyver would be. The guy who can get himself out of any situation.
Well, that show's already on the air again.
No, I'm not talking about that fucking show. I'm talking about the original. The Henry Dean Anderson version.
It's Richard Dean Anderson.
Larry.
Okay.
Gary.
Okay.
Mark.
So IMDb describes this as the adventures of a secret agent armed with almost infinite scientific resourcefulness.
Wow.
Created by Lee David Zlotoff, starring Richard Dean Anderson, Dana Elcar, and Bruce
blah,
McGill.
blah, blah, blah. After Richard Dean Anderson, there's nobody. Yeah, Dana, the guy who played his boss, like that's a guy who was in other things at the time, but even he had a pretty fucking... Like, I don't even know where they found MacGyver. Richard?
Yeah. That's what's funny. So, Richard Dean Anderson is in... MacGyver's in 139 episodes. Pete Thornton, his boss, is in 126 episodes. The next one is Bruce McGill, who played Jack Dalton in 19 episodes.
Yeah. That's his buddy. Like the pilot guy.
Yeah. So this is really like
troublesome pilot.
This was really like a Quantum Leap type show where you got.
Yeah, you stayed focused on a small group of characters.
And to be honest, this is another one where I did interact with the show, but I would always catch the last 3 minutes before watching Quantum Leap on USA.
All right, fair enough. So that gives you something to touch on, more than the last one, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so it's his last mission, I'm guessing, right? It's got to be his last mission, right? Or they pull him out of
one way or another. It's his last mission.
Fair enough. Whether yes, right.
Pass or fail, it's the last one.
No matter what you do here, buddy. So I'm guessing maybe it's a thing where like they finally get him into a trap he can't get out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know his rogues gallery.
Strips him naked, gives him an enema, make sure he hasn't
Flushes
swallowed
him out.
anything.
Right.
Make
sure he can't
buries
use
it to his neck in sand.
Makes
Puts a
him
box
puke
around
up.
his head.
Don't want him using his own stomach acid or something to melt through a wall.
There you go.
Or some inferior, some kind of get some kind of way out. Because everything he did just happened to be laying around. Much like the A-Team. Like whatever was laying around happened to be enough to build up a bomb.
Yeah, in this case, guys have gone over the area with metal detectors and buried him in the ground. There's nothing he can use.
No, I think they trick him into being in a sanitarium.
Okay.
And he's in a room with padded walls, and that's it.
Yeah, see, I was thinking.
And there's like he's in an empty room with one door.
Yeah.
I like that idea, but I'll go one step further and make it fill with mirrors, so that he can't figure out which way is up and down.
I'm thinking.
Oh no, that works because you figure. Oh, I can break the mirrors and find a way to cut my way through. But as he breaks the mirror, he ends up cutting his hand and bleeds out.
That could be it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking we just put him.
Then they'll use stainless steel sheets, 5 inches thick, welded together.
I don't like how I'm starting not to
polished to a sheen.
I think we just drop him in a pit.
Yeah.
That's too tall to climb out of.
Sarlacc pit?
No, just a pit.
Yeah.
No, the bottomless pit. Like he finds Engine Joe.
I think we just tie a block to his ankle and drop him off the abysmal plane into the deepest parts of the ocean and see how that goes. No, I really was thinking like strip him naked and put him into like a concrete pit that's like really deep. Just leave him.
Yeah, right. Like he had to bury him in the footing for a new bridge.
There you go. Just encase him in concrete. I don't know how you're getting out of this one.
I'm starting not to like how all of my go-to is ending in bloody murder.
It's an easy, finite way to
really.
end them.
Yeah.
I have a feeling
when you start off a sentence with the last episode, you start thinking last.
I think we'll have to get used to the idea that there's going to be a lot of murder in this.
See,
bit.
like I could see him just like meeting someone with a cell phone and then deciding it's time for me to retire. Like that's
a modern technology.
Like, it's over. Like all of a sudden, I'm an analog player in the digital world.
Yeah, half those things I do in my head, you have apps for now. So I'll just leave. So real quick, we'll wrap it up with this. Tom K has actually a pretty good suggestion here.
Okay.
In the chat, he says Mac was sent to rescue a hot woman, but she gave him a poisoned stick of gum, and he dies trying to save her life. That's the way to get him. It's either that or the duct tape. Put contaminate the duct tape. Or what you could do too is you could just highly irradiate his Swiss Army knife, so that it just constantly is slowly giving him cancer, and eventually he just dies, from cancer.
So it'd be an
tumor of
it
the
might
thigh.
be an extra long episode then, though.
Oh, it's very special. It's a very special episode. The last episode of MacGyver. Dum, 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 dum. All right. So that went all right. We'll play around with that. We'll see how that goes every once in a while. But now we go to the email section, folks. You've heard of it. You've heard us do it before. Email. So much email. Whoa. Here comes the echo. Email. Ooh, hey, Dom, this one's for you. All right. He's still in the chat room. I wonder. Thanks for hanging out. All right. So in the emails, we got a couple. Not too many. We got the usuals, and just the usuals.
Okay.
So Stephanie Muniz,
Sammy,
Steph from Gotham Lights podcast. It's a Steph mail. She says, "Hey, yous guys."
How, Stephanie?
Bob's American Indian upbringing.
You figure she's in Arizona.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to say, hey, yous guys.
In Arizonian.
Yeah, exactly.
She says, hey, you guys, the holidays are upon us. Next week is Thanksgiving, the holiday where everyone eats a ton and immediately takes a nap. Or watches football. I usually don't watch football myself. We eat and then we relax. So my question to you guys, what are your favorite things about or to do during Thanksgiving? Take care, your pal Steph. I'm pretty partial to stuffing.
Yeah, I like stuffing myself too.
Fair enough.
I usually stuff myself with turkey, mashed potatoes, corn, and stuffing.
Yeah, whatever's there.
Yeah, pretty much. Lots of gravy.
Lots of gravy, no cranberry sauce for me.
I like the cranberry sauce. I like the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, sweet potatoes are pretty good. You guys are both football guys, so I'm sure you probably watched the Thursday that game that day.
We go to my Uncle Eddie's.
Oh, Uncle Eddie.
And his girlfriend Karen's.
Karen.
Yeah, and it's weird because like growing up, when my mom would cook Thanksgiving dinner, it was all like fresh vegetables. Like that was like the you get broccoli.
Right.
Green beans, corn, etc.
Yeah, colors.
What Karen likes to do is take all those vegetables and cook them in casseroles.
Turn them into mouchad, as we like to say in Italian. It's a mouchad. It's garbage.
No, and it's good. I like it. It's just
it's tasty.
Yeah. It's just
sounds like it slides down really well.
Well, sometimes it's a casserole.
She does this thing called a corn souffle.
Interesting.
Which is like cornbread, but there's like mayo and sour cream in there.
Someone's reading way too many recipes on
you said
Pinterest.
souffle? I started thinking flambe.
Yeah.
Light it all on fire.
But
someone's on Pinterest way too much. That's what I think is the problem with Karen. Karen's like, what's a new and interesting way we can do this thing that everyone's used to being a traditional way?
What's a new way to cook corn?
How can we be obnoxious with vegetables? Let's figure it out. But some casseroles are pretty tasty, man.
Yeah, we have a fun time. The interesting thing that's always fun at those parties is all of the guys are in the TV room watching the football game, and all of the women stay in the dining room. And just gossip back and forth.
Oh no!
So what's interesting is at the end of the night, my sister and I will meet up, and we'll trade. We'll swap stories.
Right. You'll bring the other one up to speed on what they
figure out the scoop. Figures who's thinking.
It's funny
this
that you were
year.
hearing that in there because over in there I was getting her side of the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Mom's mad at Dad because of this. Dad thinks it's because of this.
Right. Right. It's very 90s sitcom.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Very that 70s show.
Yeah.
But the true highlight, and I know, Bill, you're not a sports guy, but
I can sleep through this part. It's fine.
It really is an experience to watch a football game with my Uncle Eddie.
Okay.
Who
is he? How insane is he?
He's a screamer?
Oh, well, he was a bartender for years, but yeah, he is the loudmouth in the family.
Oh, we got one upstairs. Yeah. We got a guy upstairs who's like that.
For years, my grandparents' house was like the friendly house in the neighborhood. It was like this, and everyone always felt welcome, except for that one time my Uncle Eddie gave someone a bum's rush because they were an Islanders fan.
They just totally cold tackled
him? It was an Islanders-Rangers game, and the Islanders scored, and one guy in the room went, yeah!
And then he just tackled him?
Grabbed him and just threw him out of the house.
Just dragged him out. I've had enough of you already.
Yeah, no.
One outburst.
But his comebacks, like some of the stuff he says, like someone gets tackled hard and be like, "Oh, they're gonna need Paul Bearers to carry him off the field."
Paul Bearer.
You see, this quarterback can't handle this pressure. Look at him. He's like Mike Tyson at a spelling bee. It's
he's got a bunch of those. I got you.
Oh, he's
it's
the best.
Fun. You should. Why don't you tape some of that? let's get that YouTube channel.
I don't know because the other thing is like when I was in high school and I told my Uncle Eddie I wanted to make movies. His
answer was,
"Oh, you gonna do pornos?"
Right, that's exactly what I thought he was gonna say.
And to this,
you gotta go to California for that.
And like he had like a whole rant. Hey, look, little Eddie's gonna make his pornos. He's gonna go to L.A.
Yeah.
And to this day, every time he sees me,
that's the running gag.
Like, and I could just see him like chuckle and say to himself, "Pornos."
I thought you were going to make the sequel to Backdoor Beauties. Whatever happened to that? Weren't you working on a script for that, Eddie?
No, he's not Italian. He's loud Irish, which is different.
That was my loud Irish.
We are loud Irish.
Was it not loud enough for you? Is that the problem? Is that what it was missing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of Italian, not him, but we got an email from Chad Rowe.
Hey, Chad.
Chad Envy. I got envy for him. His question is panettone a bread or a cake? I might be saying it wrong. It might be panettone, but it's definitely
bread.
But it's definitely in the family of
I
hard to call. It looks like cake. I looked it up. I did a little research.
It looks like cake, but it kind of tastes like bread. Like it's a very. There's not a lot of
light. It's like more like a biscuit bread.
Yeah, spiccotti. It's somewhere in the middle. It's definitely somewhere in the middle. It's almost cookie.
Yeah.
But it's one of these ones. If you don't know what it is, it's got fruit in it. You know, it's basically raisins. It's not quite a fruit cake. It's different. It's Italian, and a lot of other countries make it. It's
it's a fruity bread cake.
It's a unique thing all its own, I'm sure. I would think that the Americanized fruit cake spiraled out of it.
I mean, it's not quite biscotti, because biscotti you need to see an oral hygienist after having biscotti,
that thing's taking out a tooth.
Yeah. That just destroys your your soft palate.
It's basically like chewing on door jams. You know what I mean? It's
pretty much.
You know. So I'm gonna go with
flannel for flavor.
I'm gonna go with cake-ish to answer Chad's question. I'm gonna say it's cake-ish.
I'm gonna go with breadish.
God damn it! Oh, we're never gonna get along.
What does he expect from us? We're Irish.
Oh, we're just always gonna be divided.
I'll just have the chicken parm.
Fair enough. Well, that's probably a good call. That's probably a safe bet. It's delicious this time of year. All right, so guess what? Chad Rowe's got another one in here. Woo.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Chad?
He's thinking about a summer trip to New York City. Ooh. Other than the obvious ones like Central Park and the Statue of Liberty, what's your top 2 places for a tourist to visit? Couple hidden gems that only a local would know is what he's looking for. So,
well, then that's like eating places and stuff.
Yeah,
usually,
that's the kind of thing. I mean, attractions, things to do. I would say Hayden Planetarium. You're probably going to have some fun there. It's probably some good shows.
If they're putting on a laser light show,
Well,
go to the Village first. And you could probably
find a friend down in
probably
Washington
find
Square.
somebody with some acid or some mushrooms.
Yeah, you know.
And then you go to Hayden
Then you go to see the Laser Light Show.
Yeah, I mean, I would Museum of the Moving Image.
Yes, out in Queens.
Yeah,
I went there with my ex. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe
There's
the
a lot
Bronx
of cool
Zoo.
stuff.
Bronx Zoo.
Bronx Zoo probably
Bronx
be
Zoo is
pretty
a
good.
serious zoo. So
Yeah. And I would go to and one art house theater.
Staten Island
if
Ferry.
you're gonna.
Yeah, Staten Island Ferry.
Take the Staten Island Ferry ride.
It's always weird to
It's
suggest.
free. So.
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel too.
It's weird because like
you throw it out there because it's a touristy thing
Yeah,
too. It's like,
'cause,
hey,
like-
I can eat some time. You can see
Right.
the statue and stuff.
you can see the Statue of Liberty, you could see Ellis Island, but it's always weird
You
because
get the best views of the statue from there. You can take nice pictures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's worth the hour time just to hang out on
Yeah.
the ferry, eat the overpriced crap
Yeah.
on the boat, and then take
Feel
some
the
pictures.
whole boat lean when everybody goes to the one side to
Well-
take
Yeah.
a picture.
I will say the Staten Island Ferry as a commuter
Yeah.
is a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
It's its own animal. It is its own damn
you
animal.
know, I've
And they take it very seriously now, a lot more so since people died.
Oh yeah, since we had that bump and shake, yeah, the bump.
Yeah.
And
well,
grind.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
The bump
you
and
know,
grind.
Well, they were getting pretty bad for a while there.
you know, but there was a stretch for a few years where I took the ferry. You know,
Yeah, me
through,
too.
Through college, it was how I would get back and forth. But the fun you ever want to because the Staten Island Ferry is my favorite form of public transportation
Fair enough.
because it's 25 minutes
Yeah.
completely uninterrupted, where there's no stops between everywhere. Everyone is just sitting and decompressing.
Right.
And
right.
and if
right.
you,
right.
like from like a writer's perspective, if you ever want to have fun observing people,
Yeah.
sit on the Staten Island Ferry with your headphones in but nothing playing.
Sure. So you can
And-
quietly just listen to conversation.
Yeah,
You know, and they'll just talk freely because they think
And sunglasses.
yeah. And it's also because you could buy beers on the ferry, and a lot of people will do that.
a lot of people will get. It's only a half an hour trip. Be surprised
Yeah.
how many beers they can get down in a half an hour. folks.
on that 6:00, 6:30 boat.
Oof,
Yeah.
they're all ready.
People will chug 3. They'll go online, buy
Oh,
them,
yeah.
and put them in there, put them in between their legs, and just sit there in the paper bags,
Yeah.
chuck them down.
I'm still surprised that they still. Not that I don't think it causes any problems really, so that's why it's not like an issue. But I'm just surprised in general that you're still allowed to buy them there. There's so many restrictions in the city
I'm
on
sure
everything.
what the people who run the place got to pay to be on the ferry boats.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have no choice but to sell whatever they can to make money.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
and
so
it might even be that
beer is one of the things.
Well, I mean, whatever they're going to sell on that
I
boat.
think they could sell wine too.
Well, I'm just saying, like whatever they sell on that boat, they're going to make money on because anything being sold on that boat is overpriced anyway. You know.
Yeah, what's it going to be like $5-6 a beer now?
Well, I'm saying whatever it is. That's what I'm saying. So they don't need to necessarily sell beer to fucking survive. You know.
Right.
But what other thing I would say?
What? There's something else? There's nothing else in New York.
Where is Chad from originally?
He's Canadian.
He's Canadian.
That's why I wasn't going to say anything.
All right,
because I know you have an
fine,
issue
Fine.
with the Canadian stuff.
Well, you know,
it's a whole country.
I was gonna say if you know I don't know what kind of art house theaters are there, but I would say I would put the art house theaters in New York City and especially Manhattan
okay.
up there with the best of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say look ahead of time, find one and see a movie.
What are some names of these kinds of
the
theaters?
the three that come to mind are the
I guess for one I get 3. Just go.
the
Spit 'em out.
IFC Center,
Sure.
the Angelica Theater,
Right.
or Film Forum. Film Forum does a lot of really classic movies.
Okay.
Brooklyn Academy of Music.
Sure, that's another place
Yeah.
to go.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
always some good shows going on there.
Go check out Barclays or Madison Square Garden if you want to go see a show or something, some kind of sporting event
Yeah, yeah,
when you're in town.
yeah. And
pick
even
it.
you know what? And going up and down Broadway, these small shows that are always looking for people to fill in seats.
Right.
Comedy
Yeah.
clubs. There's a lot of other things. You know, I mean, obviously some of that you can get other
Right.
places. But
Yeah, and like certain shows, I'm not talking like the big, like the Tony winners, but there are other great plays and musicals.
Right.
Even stuff that's been out for a few years.
Right.
Where if you get online when the box office
yeah, right,
opens,
like, what's it? What's the one? from
Avenue
the guys
Q?
of South Park.
Oh,
The Mormons one.
a
Yeah.
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
That's still playing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
That's phenomenally
Yeah.
funny. I'm sure you can get tickets to that.
Yeah,
It'll be one of the ones that's
But,
probably
like-
not as packed as some of the
Yeah.
other ones like Hamilton.
yeah.
Hamilton. Yeah,
there's
sold
a-
out for years now.
There's a booth in Times Square, the TKTS booth, where you can get like half price tickets. But if you stand online at basically outside any show, the box office usually opens at 10 o'clock, and you can. They have discounts for like student rush tickets or rush tickets, where you can get tickets for like $25, $30.
Another thing,
sometimes you need a student ID, but it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
Right. Another thing, if you got time, is talk shows.
Okay.
You can go if you go hang out outside of where they record.
Yeah.
Online, you might be able to get inside as one of the audience members for the day.
Yeah, and those are free.
Yeah, and those are always free.
Yeah.
And some of them give away for stuff like Rachel Ray's show.
Audience always walks away with gifts and shit.
They walk away with
samples
stuff.
and
She has so many products that they
they
usually
walk
walk away with
crazy
They
stuff.
walk away with at least some of her stuff.
You know?
And then the guests like free books and all that other stuff. You know what I mean?
And everybody's getting one today. You
Yeah.
know, everyone's getting
She does
ginsu
that
knives
all the time.
Yeah,
Other
that's
shows
like
too.
her
The
bit.
Tonight Show is here. The Tonight Show is here.
Don't get me wrong.
The Late Show is here.
It could be a wait, like for you to
Yeah.
go there and wait, depending on what time it is that you get there and what time they're actually going to come out and do that.
Right.
But
you could also call up and get tickets and plan ahead of time when those tickets, because those tickets won't be available for another 6 months.
well, that's the thing
For
too.
for some of these shows.
Well, yeah.
So,
At least
so if
some
you're
of them
gonna
much
plan
more.
it,
Yeah.
if you plan it so that it coincides when you can get those tickets.
Yeah. Well,
And then you
here's the
can
thing
go
to
do
do.
stuff like
Here's the
that.
thing to do. It's so far in advance, you could just kind of figure out when you want tickets for.
Yeah.
Or just get the tickets because they probably won't allow you to pick dates. It's just you have to just ask for tickets.
Right. And there's
And then
probably
you
like
put-
a 6-week wait for tickets, and it'll be 6 months from
out.
from that.
So you could just plan your trip around
Yeah.
whatever the tickets
Absolutely.
are going
Yeah,
to be.
and also if it's a Saturday night, you can come to Staten Island 7 p.m. We'll let you hang out in the parking lot while we
Right.
record.
Yeah,
We
we
know,
won't let you in, but you can hang out
Yeah.
outside.
We do know some of the best pizza on the planet
Yeah.
out here on Staten Island.
Yeah.
So if you do come out this way, there's a few places in Brooklyn if you ask around.
Sure.
And
I'm
of
sure
course,
every
Manhattan,
borough.
go
I'm
to
sure every.
places like
Yeah.
Spartachoke,
If you take
and there's all sorts of great food
I'm sure there's a
places.
pizza tour you could take through the boroughs.
get on the Staten Island ferry,
Tour buses.
take Staten Island Rapid Transit to the Dungan Hills exit. Just go down. There's a bar without
here
a
we
sign on
go.
it called Lee's Tavern.
Oh,
It's the
here
best
we
pizza you'll have in the
go.
island.
Here
Right.
we go.
There we go.
$60, Ed. You
me?
owe us $60. That's the new rate.
Every time you say
That's the
Lee's
new
Tavern, mention Lee's Tavern,
the
it's not a
new
quarter in
rate.
a jar. It's $60 in a jar.
Or some food every once in a while wouldn't be too bad.
You want to just do that instead of the after show?
Just go.
I mean, they're open.
Yeah.
You do a live feed.
We can periscope the whole way.
So there's some
Skype.
suggestions for you, Chad. Maybe rewind this and write a couple down. I don't know. Or you could ask us again one day. By the time you make the plans, we'll probably forget that we even had this email with you. Then on to the next emailer. Bob, do you want to know who this one is? I think you know who this one is. It's the only one left. That's right. If you or anyone you know has found Agent Palmer, please stuff him in a mailbox and address it to the Palo Alto Sheriff's Department, Palo Alto, New Mexico, 503-521-5406-9GR.
It's a weird postal code.
It's long. It's Palo Alto.
It's Canary Island.
Maybe. All right. So, Agent Palmer, it's a Palmer mail. He says, I know sports really aren't a thing for this podcast.
Sorry.
It's funny. It's true. Sports is not my thing. But one of the more dramatic things in sports is rivalries. Does Wicked Theory have a rival podcast? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, just trying to create some drama. Stirring the pot, if you will. That's it, Paul out. So he's not putting me on the spot, but wants to stir the pot.
Yeah, he's stirring shit.
Yeah, but not putting me, but not.
No. He's a shit stirrer.
Yeah, I don't want to start a war, but I'm just asking if you had a war, who would it be with? And I'll let them know.
China.
You know what I mean? Basically.
They need a good culling over there.
You know, we tried to start a hearts war with Seven Dag. You know, that the listeners in our chat room would give us more hearts than listeners in their chat would give them during their show. Hint, hint, hey, if people want to give us hearts during this episode, that's amazing.
I just did.
You just did. I know what? I think I can too. Bloop, bloop. I think I gave my own show a heart. Yep, I did. It's pretty foul. It's pretty lame. Give my own show hearts.
There you go.
I love my show. I love the show we do.
Yeah, I got mine then.
All right, very good. But I don't know. I don't know if anybody, if there's any rivalries going on. I mean, Sean was in here before
James
from Cosmic
Ham is
Potato. He's a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got a great podcast. I wouldn't start a rivalry with him.
We have sister shows.
I said rivalry. Go on.
We have sister shows. I don't think
Yeah,
we have rival shows.
there's a family function kind of going. Cousins. I wouldn't say sisters.
Yeah.
I'd say cousins.
What about CBJ?
That's what I mean. Like
You can't really be a rival with them because you're with them.
I think that's a sister show. I think that makes it a sister show because one of us is actually on it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But these cousins, these Shumway cousins of ours.
These almost Canadians
Yeah.
in Michigan.
Maybe I should stir something up with Quadcast Courtney. Maybe I should just start picking on him or something. You know,
He's so nice.
I can't.
Maybe
I know.
we
That's
should
the
pick
problem.
on Palmer for not having a podcast.
Well, I mean, that's old hat, though. I mean, you don't know. You may not realize it, but he gets that constantly.
But
Constantly.
By the way, I haven't been in the Shumway chat for a while.
Yeah.
But the one
coast
thing-
is clear, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
All
no
right.
more. There's no more spoilers for
Okay.
that show.
They put that to bed.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're
No,
done talking
but
about
the one
Cable
thing I
Cove.
love is ever since we invited Courtney in.
Yeah.
He's like the mayor of that.
Well, he's the
chat
guy
now.
always kind of responding to everybody or anything,
Yeah.
kind of keeping it alive. That's for sure. Because it goes through phases where like no one will comment in there for a while, and like he'll be like, "Whoo, 16 hours, no one said anything."
But like whenever someone else joins, he's like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going?" Like he's really interested in,
Like he
in
wants to be like the greeter at Walmart.
what people are up to. Yeah, it's great.
Well, Wesley says, "Sorry, 7 dag wins for me." Well, we wouldn't make you choose, buddy. We really wouldn't make you choose.
No.
There's
There's room for everybody.
I don't feel like I can goof on them as much as I would want to goof on a show. We had like a rivalry with it. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Rivalry?
A rivalry with it. You know, a feud.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull the Porky Pig and just a rivalry, a feud. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't feel like I feel good about taking hard digs at them or like really busting balls, like zing, like real stingers, like I would want to in a rivalry. Like, you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, and also like there's
Quadcast. What do you want? All fours? Taking it like a Toonsburger?
it's like there's a sense of animosity. You get some of these rivalries like the Bengals and the Steelers.
I mean, what do they have? What do the Steelers have against the Bengals? They had one hit back in the 80s.
They play each other.
They walked like an Egyptian. Leave them alone. God dang. And that's your sports 80s music reference.
All
Finish
right.
up.
That was the Bengals, not the Bengals.
What else does Palmer want to talk about?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's just stirring the pot, if you will. You know, well, hey, you know.
I thought you were supposed to smoke it.
Well, you can do whatever you want with it, really, if it's yours. I mean, you could just stir it around. After you break it up and put it in like some kind of device or something, or in a holder, you could just stir it around with your finger, lazily. You know,
Could you like mix it in with something?
Yeah.
we need a video for this. Fucking the face he's making when he's doing that. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that in public, bro. They'll walk you right into the van. They'll be like, "Oh, we got one got away."
Yeah.
Yeah. I got away.
For sure. Absolutely.
This is not my van. I'm in a blue van. All right.
Well, you know, the field I work in, I get good source material.
Yeah, a little bit. Palmer says he loves it when Bill talks sports. Also, to hear Bill say rivalry made the email worth it.
There you go.
Rivalry.
So what do you want to do now?
So what do we
Just
do now?
remember, Palmer, we do know where you live.
We're going to wrap up this episode.
You don't want to talk about CW TV shows?
We did it already.
Oh, okay.
Didn't we?
Well, we had the segment. I just thought we would do it outside of that.
What do you mean we're going to do it twice?
More, Ed?
Maybe we'll save it for the after show.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Just you should savor the fact that something of DC's is good and you can do the segment.
Yes.
Have
Look,
fun
Thomas-
with it.
look, Thomas
'Cause there's going
K.
to come a day when it's going to be a segment you're doing, and they're not going to be good shows.
Oh, I'm waiting for iZombie to come back, and I'm waiting for the point where it's going to be where like the report is just going to be iZombie and Preacher
Because that's all that's running?
I think I think that might be a point.
Ooh. And I'll probably end up half the time dialing you back on Preacher because I'll be like, well, we talked about it for an hour and 20. Let's just really encapsulate it and keep going.
Thomas K's with me.
What's that? More of the DC TV report. Like, come on. I'm not saying it's not a good bit. Well, look, I dressed it the fuck up, right?
By the way, I'm very thankful for that.
How great was that? How great was that stuff? Come on, I'll give you a little more Barry right now.
To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible. Can you do that?
Can you? Oh. Can you believe in the impossible?
Oh. I'm going to go, Kevin Smith now.
And there's more to that. There's more to that open, too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
No. I mean, I know that you know. I mean, in this sample, there's...
Understand what's possible. Can you do that?
A quick edit.
To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible. Can you do that? Good. You see that red blur? That's me. That's who? There I am again. My name is Barry Allen. I am the fastest man alive. My story is pretty simple. My whole life I've been running. Usually from bullies. Sometimes I escaped. Sometimes I did not.
Sometimes he did not. Ed, stop crying.
No,
Ed,
I'm
clean
fine.
yourself up.
I'm
Clean
fine.
yourself up, Ed.
I'm fine.
Clean yourself up.
I'm fine.
Oh, man. It is after show time. So let's wrap this up. And tell the kids, the kittens, and all the people at home, we'll remind them that, hey, you can hear us on WickedTheory.com. You can find episodes on your favorite podcast apps and whatnots. Just search for us, the Wicked Theory Podcast.
All of them.
That's right.
All of them.
And as far as we go, you can find Dom Torrey not only in this chat room tonight, but you can find him on Twitter, too. You can find him at Dom_Torrey, Torre. You can find Ed. Ed, where can we find you?
At Edward O'Hare TBD.
Bob, where can we find you?
At Bob WTPC.
And you can find me at Wicked Theory on the internet. And don't forget, kids, if you're listening to this after it's live and you missed the after show, only $1 on Patreon to get those episodes. We're going to have a lot of fun. Ed, here's a teaser for the after show. Ed, spotlights on you a little bit.
Oh,
yeah. A little bit. We're going to have a little fun with you.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Bob, whenever you're ready, take us on out of here.